Okay guys, today we're going to go over really quick the quiz that we took yesterday from Black Sunday quiz. So, question 1. If you had to choose a new title for Black Sunday, which would be the best choice? You have A, Tornado Terror. Okay. Was there, other than a few mentions of other natural disasters that are possible, there really wasn't any mention of a tornado. So that wouldn't make sense to name it Tornado Terror. Dust, the dust darkened sky. They talk about this a lot. There was a lot of dust. The sky was really dark, especially the day of the major storm. It talked about how it was so dark, nobody could see. So this would be a good choice. We're going to keep looking though. The Great Depression. It does talk about how it was during the Great Depression. That wasn't the whole thing though, so we'll go back. A 7-day storm. No, it really wasn't just 7 days. It was talking about how it lasted for years. Okay, so which is better, the Great Depression or the dust darkened sky? So it would be B, the dust darkened sky. Okay, this would be the example of an okay answer, the best answer. 2. According to the story, the prairie grasses of the southern plains were very dark in color, very short, delicate and easy to destroy, or tough and difficult to destroy. They didn't talk about the color, and if anything, it looked like it was lighter in color from the pictures. Very short. Really didn't say, it actually even said it was tall grasses a lot of the time. Delicate and easy to destroy, or tough and difficult. Well, it even said that it withstood running buffalo, so that would be pretty hardy. It would be very difficult to destroy if that was the case. It also talked about how the roots went down 9 feet into the earth, so it definitely wasn't delicate and easy. It was D, tough and difficult to destroy. 3. How was the Black Sunday dust storm different from a hurricane? It did more damage than a hurricane ever could. It happened because people had changed the environment. C, there has only ever been one dust storm in the U.S., or the dust storm happened in Iowa where hurricanes are rare. Okay, now it didn't talk about comparing this damage of a hurricane to another one. It only talked about hurricanes being another type of natural disaster. It happened because people have changed the environment. It definitely did, and that is definitely how it's different. We're going to keep checking. There's only ever been one dust storm in the U.S. That is incorrect. There has been multiple dust storms, but it says that there hasn't been one that was as severe as that one. So that one is not correct. So only ever been was the key word there. The dust storm happened in Iowa where hurricanes are rare. Okay, the dust storm happened in a lot of different states, actually, it talked about. There was that map on that page. So it changed because, or it happened because people changed the environment. Remember, they pulled out all those grasses, which caused the dirt to be loose. So when the drought came, it dried up and it was easy to blow away. 4. Why did farmers remove the prairie grasses from the southern plains? They wanted to plant crops. Yes. They wanted to eat the grass. They did not talk about wanting to eat that grass. And it sounds like it'd be pretty gross. The grass caused dust storms. No, the grass actually did the opposite, right? The roots held in the soil, so the soil wouldn't float away, and the wind wouldn't take it all away and create those huge dust storms. They needed to burn the grass to heat their homes. Did not talk about that. They wanted to plant crops. Yes, they wanted to plant wheat. So it'd be A. Which line from the article supports the answer to question 4? Okay, so this is a 2-part question. They wanted to plant crops. Where does it talk about that? To lure white settlers to the area, they offered free or very cheap land. They did do that, so don't just check that. But does it support they wanted to plant crops? The new settlers arrived by the thousands. Before they could plant crops, settlers had to get rid of prairie grass. That has to do with planting the crops. So let's keep looking. Suddenly, the rain simply stopped. That doesn't have to do with planting crops for sure. Okay, so before they could plant crops, they had to get rid of the prairie grass. Removing the prairie grass, why did they want to do that? To plant crops. So it would be C. 6. How many people died because of the Black Sunday dust storm? Okay, because of the Black Sunday dust storm. They said in the book, in the passage, that a ton of people went to the hospital, hundreds. 11, 35, none, no one knows for sure. It said no one knows for sure. And I don't have the article right in front of me, but you would look that up to be sure. Okay, these you should have written on the back of your paper, and they should have been full sentences with details from the article. After Black Sunday, what is one thing that people did to fix the Southern Plains? Well, they talked about that at the very end. They planted grass again, and they planted trees again. Okay, they didn't tear up as much stuff. They put plants with bigger roots in to hold it down. They didn't over farm. Those were all things that you could have put. The article explained that the dust storms of the 1930s were caused by humans. What lesson can we learn from them? Okay, we can learn that we can affect changes in the world. Okay, we learned that you can't just pull up everything. You can't just plant whatever crops you want, because they did plant crops and they did have roots, but that doesn't mean it helped. Okay, when the droughts came, yeah, the wheat was okay for a little while, but their roots were so small, it just blew everything away. Okay, so what lesson? Okay, first it said at the bottom, be happy with what you have, but also you need to be careful what you do to the environment, because it makes a huge impact. Okay, planting different crops, ripping up the grass. They didn't think it would have caused what it did, but it caused huge dust storms. So be careful with the environment and only do what you need to do.